This past week's top Disney news stories include a lot of pieces on Disney Plus, including WandaVision, Star Wars, and Darkwing Duck. And on top of that, there's also some Disney World news. And as usual, I'll have what's new on Disney Plus, so stay tuned and I'll break it all down. Well, hello there. My name's Jeremy and welcome back to Freeform Disney, where I talk about all aspects of Disney, from the animated movies to the theme parks to Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar, and the TV shows, and everything else in between. And that is why it's Freeform. And keep coming back every day for new daily content. If you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now it's time once more to break down this past week's biggest Disney news stories. Now, before we get to the massive amount of Disney Plus news, let's first turn to two other stories. So first up, Walt Disney World. We found out that Disney World has increased their capacity from 25% to 35%. Now, that may not sound like a lot, but it's a giant increase, as some have noted. What, a 40% increase, essentially? Yes, only 10 percentage points, but it's a big increase right there. In other news that may become Disney Plus news, Disney has announced their third sing-along for the year. This is their Disney Holiday Sing-Along, which will be airing over on ABC on Monday, November 30th. Now, they haven't announced when Disney Plus might get it yet, but it seems a fair guess that it'll eventually migrate over there, given that the previous two did. This one will be hosted by Ryan Seacrest again, and there's all kinds of people we already know are coming in, from Katy Perry to Pink to Leslie Odom Jr. to Michael Bublé to Ciara, etc., etc., etc. Tons of people. And now, with that out of the way, let's move on to the massive amount of Disney Plus news. It's really fitting that we have all this Disney Plus news, because guess what? Disney Plus just turned a year old. Disney Plus was originally launched back on November 12th, 2019. So happy birthday to Disney Plus. And a good birthday it's been, because we found out recently that Disney Plus is now up over 73.7 million subscribers as of October 3rd. They just announced that in their earnings call recently. So big subscriber gains. Now, in fairness, Netflix still has more than 195 million subscribers, but Disney Plus is catching up much faster than anyone had ever expected it would. In other Disney Plus news, we've got more info on the new Leslye Headland female-focused Star Wars series, and this is some exciting stuff here. Apparently, it's going to be, quote, in a pocket of the universe and a pocket of the timeline that we don't know much about, end quote. So, ooh, that's intriguing. So we're not going to be anywhere we've really talked about. I am going to assume the EU hasn't touched on it too much either, because she seems to be somebody who has read some books and stuff as well. So that's intriguing right here. Ooh, definitely looking forward to that. It also sounds like her series will be action-adventure style, moving between different locations in the galaxy. So yeah, there's some interesting stuff to go ahead and come from this. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what we see, huh? On to WandaVision. So WandaVision is not coming in December. Yes, despite Disney having confirmed it coming to December just over a month ago. Well, no, now it is coming January 15th. Now, I'm assuming this is mainly due to Pixar's Soul now coming out on Christmas Day. I'm guessing Christmas Day actually was going to be its release date that we just never got. Because if you look at it, Mandalorian will have its final episode of season 2 the Friday before Christmas, and then Christmas is the final Friday in December. So it seems WandaVision just got edged out right there. And they chose to push it back 3 weeks to have a mid-January release. And by the way, that also makes 2020 the first year in a decade with no MCU content. No new MCU content. And yes, before you go object, I wish Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. counted as being part of the MCU. Heck, we originally had the promise when it started that it would be, but it really turned out to be a one-sided relationship, and even that only lasted so long. Well, what can you do? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is great, though. Go check that out if you haven't seen it. How about some new movies coming up in December? First up, we've got the movie Godmothered, which will be coming on December 4th. It's a Christmas comedy with Gillian Bell and Isla Fisher. Apparently, she's a fairy godmother in training and, well, is looking out for somebody that just got missed for years and years and years. So they're both adults in this case. Who knows? Could be interesting. Also, there's the new movie Safety, which is coming to Disney Plus on December 11th. Now, this is a new entry in the ever-popular sports inspired by a true story movies. Will it be just the cliche format for how it's done, or will it be more unique? I have no idea. This time it's about former Clemson University football safety Ray McElrathbey. And essentially he's playing football and caring for his 11-year-old brother at the same time. Another one of those, hey, got a feel-good movie coming out here December 11th if you're interested. How about new shows that we've heard about coming to Disney Plus? First off, the Mysterious Benedict Society. Now this actually was originally being developed for Hulu, but it has now been shifted over to Disney Plus, and it's coming sometime in 2021. We don't have a date yet. Now it's based on the best-selling books, and there's a bunch of them there. Now the first season will be 8 episodes covering the length of the first book. Apparently it's about a group of orphans who go undercover to uncover a nefarious plot. Now this is from series creators and writers Matt Manfredi and Phil Hay. And this is the first series for them. They're generally screenwriters for movies which range from comedy to action to thriller, so kind of a bit of a different area for them to look at too in a couple ways. And we also know that Tony Hale will have the title role in this show, who, well, of course we know from Arrested Development, Veep, and from Toy Story as Forky, amongst other things. Should be interesting. Who knows? Hopefully they do a good job with it. Up next, we've got a new series coming out to Disney Plus on December 18th. Now, this is a docuseries called On Pointe. All 6 of those pieces will all be available on the 18th. It's following a season of New York City's prestigious School of American Ballet. And it will be directed and produced by Larissa Bills, who is a longtime producer of documentaries. Lots of experience in that area. So hey, one thing Disney Plus definitely has been putting up a fair bit. We've gotten lots of documentaries and docuseries over the time it's been up. And of course, especially with all the Nat Geo stuff coming up there, you got no shortage there. Okay, one more new piece there for Disney Plus. Apparently, we have found out, according to Variety, that a Darkwing Duck reboot is starting up its process to eventually come to Disney Plus. And really, there is not a whole lot more in details on that at this moment, really at all. So when will it come? Will it actually come to fruition? Who the heck knows? Time will tell. Okay, everybody. Well, with that, it is time to talk about what is new on Disney Plus. So here is what was added Friday, November 13th. Now for me, the highlights include a few new Disney Plus originals. First off, you know my top one here if you've been listening to me long enough, and that is The Mandalorian. 3rd episode of Season 2, or Chapter 11, The Heiress. Oh yeah, check it out if you haven't. Then we've got Inside Pixar, a new docuseries, and they released everything for it all at once right there, and that's up there, so get to see a little bit behind Pixar. Will there be more seasons? I do not know. Next up, there is the 7th and penultimate episode of The Right Stuff. Now, this wasn't quite as good as I was hoping. It was very much set up for the finale episode, which we've got coming up very shortly, and I'm looking forward to that a lot. And then, speaking of finales, we had the finale of Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom. And oh, I'm sad to see that series go, so I'm really hoping for a season 2 to pop back in here in the future. Here's hoping. Crossing the fingers. As far as old movies are concerned, we were surprised and actually got some because Home Alone and Home Alone 2 are back once again. They were taken down after Christmas last year with no warning at all, and hey, now they're back up on Disney Plus with no warning. So maybe they'll stick around this time, or maybe they'll be gone after Christmas again. We'll see what we see. And then over on the National Geographic side, we got 2 new things. We've got Petra, City of Riches, and we have Ultimate Viking Sword. Usually, every week we get something new on the Nat Geo front. Not always, pretty dang close. And, as always, One Day at Disney has another new episode. This one is looking at Mark Gonzalez, a steam train engineer. Hey, it's another fun look. I love these things, and hey, they're going to keep coming, and I'm going to keep enjoying them. And hey, with that, that is the news for this week. What about you? What did you think about the new Disney Plus news? Is there a just announced show or movie that you're really looking forward to? Let me know down below in the comments. And thanks so much for watching. If you can help me out, go ahead and give the video a like, share it, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you again back here tomorrow with more new videos from Freeform Disney. Have a magical day, and may the Force be with you. Always.